Hello friends, I welcome you all to Nandip Academy for UPSC and MPSC. In this session, we are going to analyze multiple choice questions that are based on the Hindu dated 16th December 2020. Let's begin with the first question. The US has imposed sanctions on which country for purchase of Russia's S-400 missile defense system? A. Turkmenistan, B. Afghanistan, C. Turkey, or D. Iran? The answer is C. Turkey. You're all aware that Turkey has purchased S-400 missile defense systems from Russia. It has also activated these systems, and US is in the fear that some of its information will be leaked, and it has thus placed sanctions on Turkey. The sanctions have been issued under the CAATSA Act, or the Countering America's Adversaries Through Sanctions Act 2017. Sanctions ban US export licenses and authorizations for any goods or technology. It is also a ban on the loans or credits that are given by US financial institutions. And US fears this purchase from Russia will lead to hacking of US military technology and personnel. And that is why the ban has been in place. Let's move to the second question. The second question is about the Uyghurs of China. Uyghurs belonging to Xinjiang province of China are in news regarding A. Highest prevalence of COVID cases, B. China imposing media restrictions on them, C. They are being forced into picking cotton by hand through a coercive state labor scheme, or D. None of the above. You all must have read in the newspaper dated 16th December that Uyghurs are a Turkic ethnic group that originate from Central and East Asia. They are natives of the Xinjiang Autonomous Region in northwest of China. They are actually forced to pick cotton by hand, that's manually. Fifth of America's yarn used comes from this region. Picking cotton in these regions is being stated as a part of the state run coercive labor transfer scheme. It is believed that several new and several Uyghurs are actually forced here, and that is why this region is in news. So the answer is C. They are being forced into picking cotton by hand through a coercive state labor scheme. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is, who heads the Financial Stability and Development Council? A. Governor of RBI, B. Chief Economic Advisor, Ministry of Finance, C. The Union Finance Minister of India, or D. Chairman, Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. So the answer is the Financial Stability and Development Council is headed by the Union Finance Minister of India. We need to know something more about this Financial Stability and Development Council. It is a super regulatory body. The idea of this council was first originated with the Raghuram Rajan Committee in 2008. It is an autonomous body to deal with macro-prudential and financial regularities in the entire financial sector of India. The chairperson is the Finance Minister of India, and some of its functions include financial literacy, financial inclusion, financial stability, and financial sector development. Let's move to the next question. Consider the following regarding the Consumer Price Index, or the CPI. 1. Consumer Price Index, or CPI as it is commonly called, is an index measuring retail inflation in the economy. 2. The CPI is calculated with reference to a base year which is used as a benchmark. Which of the above statements are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, or D. neither 1 nor 2. So here both these statements are correct, and the answer would be C. both 1 and 2. We need to know there are two type of indexes, and within the CPI also there are four baskets, so we need to understand that. Consumer price index is a index that measures retail inflation in the economy by collecting the change in prices of most common goods and services used by the consumers. It's also called market basket. It's calculated for a fixed list of items including food, housing, apparel, transportation, electronics, medical care, education, etc. These prices are collected periodically, and the CPI is used to calculate the inflation levels in an economy. This is also used to compute the cost of living because it provides insights about how much a consumer can spend on par with the price change. CPI is different from WPI, which stands for the Wholesale Price Index, which measures inflation at the wholesale level. And there are four types of consumer price index which are calculated, and these are consumer price index for industrial workers, consumer price index for agricultural workers, laborers, consumer price index for rural laborers, and consumer price index for the urban non-manual employees. Consumer price index usually has a reference year which is called as the base year, and this is used as the benchmark. The price change pertains to that year. When you calculate the CPI, the price of the basket in 1 year has to be first divided by the price of the market basket of the base year, and then it is multiplied by 100. So that is all that you need to know about the consumer price index. Let's move on to the next question. Which authority in India is responsible for measuring inflation? A. Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. B. Reserve Bank of India. C. Department of Financial Services or DFS, or D. Department of Economic Affairs. So you all know the answer here is A. It is the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. There are two main set of inflation indices for measuring price level change in India, that is the wholesale price index and the consumer price index. The wholesale price index, where prices are quoted from wholesalers, is construed by the Office of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Commerce and Industries. So WPI comes under the Ministry of Commerce and Industries. And in the case of CPI, prices quoted from retailers. There are several indices to measure it, as I mentioned in the previous question. That is CPI for the industrial laborers, for the agricultural laborers, for the rural laborers, and then there is a CPI for the urban non-manual employees. This is measured on the two ministries, that is the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation and the Ministry of Labor and Employment, are engaged in the construction of different CPI indices for the different groups.